Good evening. This is Daryl Johnson with Ride the Wind. I want to say, first of all, sorry I haven't put out a video in a couple of weeks. I've been pretty sick. I want to also just mention, I'm going to get more into it, but care is being denied to me. My treatments are about to get shut off. Also, what they've already done has caused me a blood infection, which they're denying, and it's because they weren't testing me before and after my treatments like you're supposed to, you know? And so again, they're denying it. If you go into the TORT Act, which is part of the UN Sustainability Program, you can't do anything about this either. You know, when I had my Nibiru strokes back in May, I was brought, I don't remember any of it, you know, 2 weeks are gone, you know. But they brought me in. I don't remember seeing a doctor or anything like that, but apparently he felt I was good enough to be released. So before I even left the hospital, I had another stroke going out the door, and I came down on this shoulder, and I broke my shoulder blade. I tore my rotor cuff terribly. While I was in there, I had two doctors come in and tell me that they needed to do this surgery, right? And they said they weren't going to do the surgery because I was defined as having a terminal illness. Now, if that's not wrong, then I'm not right. I don't know, but it's already happening. I get bleeding through the nose, and I don't know what that is, you know, and I'm not getting any real answers. I wake up and I don't mean to be gross, right? I just want to tell you guys, I'll be laying in a pool of blood, you know, and it just gets really hard to take after a while, you know, not being able to make the videos the way I want to, you know, on a timely basis, and keep a roll going and hopefully add. But I just wanted to tell you that's what I'm kind of going through. So today, you know, I don't usually, but I took a couple painkillers just to get up and move. I don't take them, you know. I know where that goes. I know where that leads. But I couldn't lay in bed another day, you know. Anyway, getting to the point, and I apologize to say that to you, but, you know, I don't really have anybody to talk to up here, so you guys are the guys I'm talking to. But I will say there's a bunch of black birds flying around out my window, coming out of the sun. I was going to make a video of that, right? And I had 3 bald eagles pass over me. They're out there still, and they'll like circle if there's a carcass in a specific place, you know, the raptors and whatnot, but they're all over, and it's just kind of a weird sight. Pretty cool though. The eagles are real cool. Good sign. I want to, I guess, begin this talking again to the 144s, which I believe are watching this, or hopefully, or will, maybe some more. Is that I'm about to go into some stuff in my next videos that's probably going to piss some people off. But to do the job we got coming up, you know, I've run this through my mind. We have to have the truth, okay? We have to have the truth. We can't take going into this not knowing, you know, we just can't. And, you know, knowledge is everything. And a key tool against the enemies we're going to battle is knowledge. And we're expected to learn this. At least that's how I feel. You know, this is our mission. I'm almost feeling everything in the physical world is our mission. The punches we take, you know, the things we go through, that's our part. You know, I think he picks it up, or they pick it up after. But anyway, that's not to say they don't support and give you strength, but this is our deal. I want to talk to you about a dream, and I might have already, but I don't know, and I don't want to go back through my videos and check. When I was 7 years old, I used to have these dreams, right? I'd be flying down like a tunnel, which now I can define as a portal, with lights, different colored lights. And I'd be whipping down through this thing. I'd be laying in my bed. I'd be trying to wake myself up because it was a sheer feeling of horror beyond any movie you've seen, anything. I mean, just like I'm going to die type of horror, you know? Well, a lot of times I wake myself up, you know? I can remember laying there, I could going, and I could hear myself going, but I couldn't pull myself out. So one time I did get through. Well, not one time, but one of the times I got through. Where I end up is in a city. I think somebody's with me. I'm not sure. And I'm crouched down on the corner of a block, right? Hiding from an entity that I know is there that's super big, okay? Super big, horrifyingly big. And these dreams reoccurred 7 to 8. Well, it got to be a problem because my parents were finding me around the house hiding asleep, okay? So what they inevitably had to do, and I'm not saying they weren't abusive at all on this issue, but they had to tie the ankle of my foot to the bed. So anyway, the dream subsided. Later on in my life, I was 16 years old. I took a motorcycle ride up to Ohio on a love run, chasing a girl, and it happened up there 2 or 3 times. And I used to think, am I laying north to south? Am I laying, you know, is it something like that, you know? So anyway, fast forward to my trip up here to Arkansas, which has been 2 years now, a year and a half of it outside, okay? Anyway, I'm down at Lake Ouachita, which they spell it Okachita, but the Indians obviously pronounce it Ouachita, okay? Big, huge, beautiful lake, you know, island out in the middle. Well, I'm with a guy one night. He was from some Pima camps, which I'm about to get heavily into. That's one of the enemies I'm talking about. 2 Pima camps, suffered food poisoning, him and his whole family at both camps. He came from Harvey, Houston, okay? So anyway, we hung out, you know, and I said goodnight to him one night, crawled in my tent, went to sleep, had that dream, okay? Had that dream. So I get up the next morning, I'm making coffee, and a ranger pulls up. And he wants me to come down to the office and talk to him, right? So obviously I agree. And I ride down to the office with him. And he starts telling me that a lot of campers reported me stalking around the campground, okay? Obviously I was doing my thing. I was hiding. I had that dream. I know that's what I was doing, right? But here I am standing in a ranger's office. How am I going to explain that one? You know, so total denial. I felt like Chester the molester. I mean, really creeped out, if you feel me, you know, just weird. So what he does is he takes me out on a boat and he puts me on this island, okay, out in the middle of the lake. And this is just totally weird. But I'm going to get into telling you a lot of weird stuff. So I'm out on my island. He does a video recording on his phone of me agreeing to be responsible for myself and that they're not liable. Leaves me with a bunch of cool tools, you know, big machete, blah, blah, blah. I spend the night out there. It was just really cool because I like that. Totally unknown. You know, out in the middle of nowhere, don't know what's going to creep up. And I like that, you know, it's a very cool feeling. But I have the proper gear also. So next morning, he left me a kayak also so I could get back and forth to the office. And left me food, just real cool guy. So he comes back the next morning with a copy. He says, I can't let you stay out here. It's just too dangerous. And I'm like, wah, wah, because I pretty much called it Daryl Island. So anyway, takes me out, puts me at the back of the campsite near where his house is. And what I'm waiting for at this time is my motorcycle to be fixed, because on the way up from Texas to Arkansas, the amount of weight I had on the back end put my spokes out, and I ended up with a flat tire. So I had to have my spokes rebalanced. It took a month, and it took $600, right? So he's feeding me, he's being real cool and everything. But I'll tell you, the day, he wanted to know the day, obviously, when my bike was going to be ready. And he was definitely there, Johnny on the spot. Get me down to the bike store, all my stuff with me, and see you later, Daryl. I'm having different dreams now, and I'm still reading you guys' dreams also. But I just want to make this statement that what's coming up, we're looking up at these planets, okay? We're spending a lot of time on planets, okay? The planets can take care of themselves. They're going to do what they need to do. They're here for a reason, and it's a good reason, because what's currently going on is wrong. What's currently going on in this country is wrong. The way people treat one another is wrong, and none of us is clean on this. I thought about this also. All of us got some stink on us, okay? So I just got to say that, but I don't really care about the plants anymore. They're amusing, but we got an asteroid issue. I don't know if you guys have been watching the scientific feeds. They got an asteroid that they're going to pull an Armageddon on. They're sending Bruce up there. No, they launched a satellite. It's been circling it, studying it. Should have known right off, But now the mission is to land a spacecraft on it and blow it up. Otherwise, we're out of here anyway. So they announce these things like a week or two before they happen. I don't know if you noticed that. There's also some people that are catching on to the fact that, our government shut down. Right when that happened, I thought these guys are going underground. And we don't know when these TV broadcasts are going to be pre-recorded when they do make their exit. Okay? So the planets are a very small problem of what's going on. My question, and it's to you, and it's to all the channels, what's next? Do we film, or do we watch these planets until the stars fall in? Or do we start to understand the other 4 or 5 elements that are going to be knocking at our door? And these are real elements. We got CERN with a mummy stuck in their cylinder. What are they doing? And I'm going to be doing a thing. They got the high luminosity, right? Well, they got another one they're about to get going, okay? Huge. Now, 30,000 particle colliders aren't enough. All the thermonuclear fusion reactors aren't enough. CERN already. That's quite a bit, so that's what I'm going to be getting into. I'm going to do it because I love y'all. I also want to expose what's going on up here in Arkansas, which I've kept my mouth shut about. Some of the things I know about Houston. And it's going to get dicey. And I hope you all stay with me and you want the truth. I am okay. I'll be okay. I'll have another video out in a day or two. And I love you all very much for hanging in there.